All right, man. Welcome to another episode of Where's My Anime? We're 2/3 of the Where's My Anime show. I'm Jay Sama.
How's it going? Name's Dap.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it tonight. So what we got lined up tonight? We're gonna be talking about DanDanDan. We'll be talking about Bleach. We'll be talking about Tower of God. And we're talking about Dama. We'll be talking about all the recent releases for these shows. DanDanDan just dropped today. Dama just dropped today. So we're gonna get into it.
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight, Dap?
It's going, man. It's going, man. But this was a good week for anime. There was some good episodes we got out of the lineup that we're about to talk about today. So,
yeah, especially Bleach. Especially Bleach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we got to talk about that too. I guess so.
Hey, how do you feel about DanDanDan? They just came out with a new episode today. It dropped. What are your thoughts? Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts? I mean, it's the same for the people that have seen the last episode, man. It's still going strong. I'm appreciating DanDanDan and what it has to offer. I guess I do have to renege what I said, thinking that they were going to kind of get away from what Jay Sama likes to call the freaky deaky stuff. I don't think they're going to get away from that. But at the same time, it's still an interesting aspect because usually in anime, it's the world that's at stake. And this anime has nothing to do with the world at stake, at least as it goes so far.
It's your reproductive organs at stake so far.
Well, not entirely. Just for one half of the three aliens that came down and took old dude. But yeah, it's still growing and evolving. It's gonna be good.
Okay, so I want to say on episode 7, I thought, like you said, it was gonna be a transition to something else. And then they hit me with episode 8 today. And I'm like, okay, we right back to the freaky deaky alien stuff that's going on, right? You know what I mean? So they bring back the aliens, which I was surprised it was going to be like the same aliens from the first episode. So that was a letdown. I was thinking like, all right, maybe they'll, come in with some new aliens. It just can't be one alien group on Earth, right? So I was like, all right, so they got some aliens going on. They come in there. They strap my boy down. They strap my boy clothes off. He's levitating in the air, and they talking about they're gonna cut off his wiener, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. What are we doing at this point? It's episode 8, man.
Well, I got to give you some information that you missed. This is actually the second type of alien that we've seen. The trio is the first one, and then the big alien that Okaran and I can't remember the girl's name. The one that they tag teamed on the first time. Outside of their grandma's house or her grandma's house. That was the second alien.
Yeah, that don't count. That don't count.
It's still alien. It should still count. But to go on, but to continue what you were saying, it's kind of good that they come back. They did come back because this time we actually got context on what they were actually trying to do. Not all of them had the same agenda. One of them just was hyped on human genitalia. But the other two were talking about like, hey, we isolated this school because we sensed a high spiritual pressure, like, or spiritual power. I forgot what word they actually used. Spiritual something, which isolated Okaran, old girl, and then I'm gonna just say red dress girl. I forgot her name. But isolated those three from that we know so far. Right. So they're trying to do something with ghosts. Which is pretty interesting too, to tie in aliens and ghosts. That's not something I wouldn't put that close into the same category. Supernatural, yeah, but to be like almost one intertwined together, it's interesting. And I'm kind of starting to think or wonder, is the aliens and ghosts working together, or are the aliens controlling the ghosts? Which is some more mystery to kind of open up to the story. So. See how it goes.
You know what? That's interesting, but at the same time, I feel like Turbo Granny would have mentioned aliens, right? Like, I think she would have mentioned the fact that maybe the aliens got his right ball. You know what I mean? So, like, I think Turbo Granny should have gave like some type of insight to, you know, that alien construct, if that's what it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't read manga. You know what I'm saying? Nobody on the show does. This is just pure speculation. So,
pure ignorance.
Yeah, man. So I really think that hopefully they do something cool like that, man, where like the alien goes and, you know, it's all about conquering Earth, and, you know, for the aliens, they taking reproductive organs and doing what they do. But at the same time, man, like it was a letdown just seeing it happen again. You know what I'm saying? One of the aliens ripped his pants out. I was like, oh man, here we go. You know, I was like, oh man, here we go. So, you know, I don't know, man. I still got high hopes for DanDanDan. It's getting a lot of traction. I know a lot of people are talking about it. But it was cool. We did get a new transformation in the show. You know, from old girl with the, you know, red dress. Like, got it at the end. I was like, okay, because I already knew something was going on when they said high spiritual energy, and she was still there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully they flash back to the moment where, I guess Momo was gonna put, you know, her mom's spirit in her or whatever to save her life. Hopefully they have a flashback of actually seeing, you know, what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened on, I think that was episode 7. At the end of episode 7, because they didn't show it. They didn't show if, you know, she allowed her mom to be, you know, the spirit of her mom to help save her life because she was dying. So hopefully they show that, man, and, you know, progress with the transformation, because I think it was dope. Now it will be interesting to see if her transformation goes better than what's my man's name? Oran. Like, I hope Okaran. I hope that it's not, you know, superseded by, you know, his inability to get busy, right? Because I'd be like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, you got Turbo Granny, you know? Because she looked like she was full ready when she transformed. Like, it wasn't like she was just like, oh, I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? Hey, it was like, boom, she was there. Like, let's get it. And she started using powers too, like off rip. So,
yep, off the rip. I was gonna ask you that too, though. Is that a slap in the face, or is that like kind of incitement for you that they basically have? I don't know if she would be considered a hollow or in the wrong card, but it's not too far off.
Wrong card.
How you feel about that?
I would equate it to a wrong card, but like, here's the thing, she needs to be like a tier lower than Okaran, like, you know, the way the progression has been going.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like she kind of
my man was out there trying to do push-ups to get stronger. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Get in that weight room, my boy. But yeah. And for her first transformation, like, she didn't go bonkers. I'm like, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of transformations in anime shows. So, you know, if you don't like transformations, you're talking to the wrong guy, because that's my jam.
Do not blame you.
Yeah. So where do you think? Facts. So what do you think? What do you think episode 9 is gonna play out like?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, so we're gonna see old girl potentially get busy, if not get knocked straight out. And then I have to be Okaran, probably snapping, because he should be going all out. He should have some kind of, I'm gonna say immense, but I mean, I don't mean that kind of high, but he should have a good little power up, because he got one of his testicles back.
Right.
So
he got one of the jewels back. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So he should have a power up now, which that was a wild setup for them to like give that back to him. But he should be snapping, man. So maybe he'll get like a new form or something, because he has, I guess, newly tapped power and potential. Because I mean, if he didn't have him when Turbo Granny was involved, and now he does have him, and he still has the power and essence of Turbo Granny, yeah, he should be showing out a little bit in this episode, especially if you're talking about protecting people.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Then I want to see what's going to go on with I don't know what they were. I thought it was Nessie that came in the hallway that shot the little water cannon, that old girl.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna be Nessie, but I mean it looked like Nessie. But
we'll see.
Definitely gonna say that out.
We definitely got to see, yeah, for sure. I mean, to be honest, like some freaky deaky stuff happened in episode 8. But I am excited to see episode 9, see where it goes, see how that transformation goes. You know what I'm saying? What grandma at? You know?
Yeah, you know she's somewhere. Wait. Which one? Are you talking about Turbo Granny or old girl Granny?
No, both the grannies. Where they at? You know?
Yeah.
So, definitely interested to see that. To the viewers, it's coming on the page, coming on the lives. What's up? This is 2/3 of Where's My Anime show. I'm Jay Stama. This is
Nice to meet you.
Drop some comments. If you got some fire comments, we'll post it up. We'll talk about it.